Members only. There we go. Alrighty. Okay. See, couple people popping in there. Just let me know if you can hear me okay. Hi, Dawn. You're here. Yay. I don't know if I'm here yet. I'm kind of sleeping. I got all of my leather pieces cut out for my high wraith bag. I think that's how it said. Loud and clear. Good. We have a thunderstorm happening right now, so hopefully my power holds off. Elbow's not bothering me yet. I'm not going to put this on yet. We'll see if I even have to. Thursdays are tiring. Holy moly, I'm tired. I'm a little bit early, but I figure always better to be early than late. I attempted to vacuum, but my free vacuum from the garage sale, I made it, it exploded today. Hey, Nicole, long time no talk. So glad you're joining us this month. Thursdays are always a full day. Going live is actually, it takes a lot out of you. I love doing it, but I always need a nap after. I think it's from being overly cheerful. I'm not sure. Yay. So how amazing would it be if all 30 people showed up live for class today? I'd be so happy. Who else do we got there? I see we have a couple more popping in. Just give me a shout out of who's there so I can mark you down. And look, my table's not shaking. It is shaking, but I have my camera now set up on like a TV end table that kind of slides under my prep table. So it doesn't shake when my table's shaking. So I think my camera's nice and stable now, which will be really good for when we get the webcams going. It's going to be weird making another one because I just finished making this one yesterday. Tutorial's all done. I just got to get it uploaded. Oh, they didn't realize how much of a disaster it was back there. Oh well, it's all good. So the few people I have in here, What are your fabric combinations for your George? Are you doing all vinyl, doing some cotton with vinyl overlay, all cotton? Hi, Annie. Just so I know, I'm doing mine all vinyl, but I will explain how to do it with different textiles as long as I know what everybody's using. Cotton with vinyl base and handles. Annie, are your overlays right here? Are they going to be a vinyl overlay or a cotton overlay? Cotton? Okay. So I'll have to explain when we get to that part what you're doing. I'm just making notes so I don't forget when we get to that part, because I won't be showing that part, but I will explain it. I said, and I might do the cotton things a little bit different than the pattern, because I think what I read on the pattern was she has it with the interfacing as the back side of it, but I think we might just do cotton to cotton. Hi, Lauren. Lauren, what textiles are you using for your bag? Are you all vinyl? Are you vinyl and cotton? Are you all cotton? Lauren, our VIP of the month. I hope you spent all your stuff. Hi, Lenore. You're doing vinyl and cotton. Lenore, are you going to be doing vinyl overlays or cotton overlays? And same with you, Lauren. Are you doing vinyl overlays or cotton overlays? Vinyl, okay. Okay. So I'll have to remember Annie and Lenore because I'm doing vinyl, but I'll explain to you how the cotton works. Making notes so I don't forget. Oh, I must send an invite to our special guest. We'll see if she can make it. Where is she? Okay. Okay, Lenore's cotton. Rhonda, hi there too, but only till 5. Now just found that our grandchildren in Manitoba are doing year-end program weekend. Oh, that's amazing, Rhonda. No problem. You can always catch up later. Lenore. Rhonda. Did I get Annie? I got Annie. Perfect. 2, 3, 4. So far, Lenore is one of our new members. So everybody, please welcome Lenore. Rhonda's doing all vinyl. So if you're doing all vinyl, keep in mind that I definitely recommend industrial machine if you're doing all vinyl. Hi, Wanda. Welcome back. We missed you. Wanda, for your George, are you doing all vinyl, all cotton, or vinyl and cotton? Yes, we're so happy to have you, Lenore. Glad you decided to join. Today's not a really in-depth class. We're just going to go through cutting the pieces and all that. And there will be a little bit of homework, not very much. It's usually the very last class that ends up being quite intense because we're on a little more of a time crunch depending how far we've gotten in the other 3 classes. We still got 10 minutes before we start. So as people come in, I'm just going to ask about what you're using. Lenore, you're on a domestic machine, correct? I kind of have a list of what kind of machine everybody has. Then I can kind of give tips if how to make a pattern more domestic friendly or whatever as we go. And when I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at the comments down here. Okay, perfect. So Annie and Lenore, so far, when we get to those overlay pieces, remind me, okay? I'm pretty sure I'll remember, but it'll be done slightly different than those of us doing it as a vinyl overlay. Wanda's doing a mix of cotton and canvas and thin vinyl. I'm just doing the handbag size. Okay, Wanda, are you doing vinyl overlays or are you doing cotton or canvas overlays? And there's our special guest, everybody. There is Tara Sinclair. I have actually sent her the link to the live classes. She is the designer of the George carryall. So I thought if she wanted to join us for any of the classes, she could. And she may have some pointers and tips for us, which is absolutely amazing. So Tara is our special guest. It's very rare we actually get the designer in the class with us. So I think it is super special that Tara is here. She is a fellow Canadian and an amazing designer. And yeah, if there's anything, questions, she's here to help us out. So welcome, Tara. Hi, Anna. Okay, Wanda, so you're doing the vinyl overlay. So actually, Tara, a good question for you before we get going, because we were talking overlays, as some of us will be doing the vinyl overlays with the raw edges. I did not do that, but in your pattern, you have it for cotton. And I noticed there's only 4 pieces cut out for each of the cotton. And is the back side the interfacing that we're sewing it onto and then turning it out? Or do they need to cut 8 pieces of overlay to put them wrong size together, sew them, and turn them out? That was a question I was going to shoot to you, and I forgot about it. Lauren, there are, if you followed the cutting pieces in the pattern, you are golden. The only extra thing I am cutting out is I like to do a zipper overlay for the internal slip or internal zipper pocket. I will be doing that in class, but it's completely optional. You can do it as per the pattern as well. Okay, Tara, that's what I thought. So I'm glad that you're in here so I could ask that question, because when it comes to cutting that out, I will have to explain it. We have 2 people so far that are doing the cotton overlays. So Lenore and Annie, I will explain to you when we get to that point what you will be doing with that. Annie, I love that you love the classes. Hi, Becky. Becky, are you doing, what are you doing for your bag? Are you doing all vinyl, all cotton, or a mixture of the 2? Got Becky, where are you? There you are. Anna, I know you're doing all vinyl, right? I know you're doing all vinyl. And again, those who are just joining us, we have Tara Sinclair, who is the designer of OO Creations and the George bag. So she is going to attend every now and again. Actually, I told her she didn't have to stay for the whole thing, but if there's any questions, she is here to help us out too. So it's a bonus. I already asked her a question. Anna. Yay, Amy's favorite night of the week. Aw, we missed you last week too. Okay, cool. And Becky, you have an industrial machine, correct? I'm only asking because doing it in all vinyl could be a little tough on a domestic machine. Okay, perfect. Good, good, good. Everybody's prepared. And how about you, Amy? Did I ask already? What are you making yours in? All vinyl, cotton, a mixture of the two? Awesome, Becky. I know I've already asked about machines and stuff before, but I don't have my list here, so I remember most of it in my head. Okay, so we got about 5 more minutes. We'll just wait to see who else we get in here today. We have a class of 30 that signed up, so it would be absolutely amazing if everybody got in here. There's Karen. Hi, Karen. Karen, your bag, all vinyl, all cotton, or a mixture of the two? Okay, and Karen, will your overlays be vinyl or will they be the canvas? I don't know if Anna knows this yet. Anna, you're going to see a wrench beside your name because I have made you an admin, a moderator. You've been voluntold, as were, well, I asked Karen and Nicole, but I have voluntold you as a moderator now, Anna, because you're my bestie, so. Okay, good. Okay, so when we get to cutting out those overlays, and I will explain to Annie and Lenore what we'll be doing differently for those compared to what I will be showing. It's super easy. Nicole says you've been told, Anna. Wow, Anna didn't get distracted by the phone and all the messages I was sending her today. Tara, I am making exactly this bag, but the big one. And I'm just reversing all the colors. So where it's green, it's going to be pink. And where it's pink, it's going to be green. I'm going to have a matching set. So I'm playing with all vinyl, but I always want to make sure that those are doing it in cottons, that I'm explaining the differences. So yeah, I'm hoping I have enough of all this vinyl to cut, because this was not my original plan for the bag. I completely squirreled about 2 days ago, and I cut out this bag, and then I realized I'm not sure I have enough vinyl to make these. So I got a hold of Anna, and I'm like, please tell me that you got more of this limeade and more of this pink lemonade, because I need to have enough to make the class bag. And she says, well, I got the limeade, but not the pink lemonade. I'm like, no. So I stole it from her personal stash. I'm that friend, so yeah. So hopefully I have enough that I can cut out tonight. I think I will be okay. But yeah, we will see. It may be cutting it close, and if there's the odd piece that I can't draw and cut out with you, I'll explain what you need to do. But I think I'll be okay. So for everybody just joining us, we have a new member that's in here already. That's Lenore. Let's everybody welcome Lenore. We do have a couple more brand new members. We have Monet and Martian, and Cynthia will be rejoining us. So welcome back, Cynthia, as well when you get in here. And we have Tara Sinclair, who I have sent a special invite to. She is the owner and the person behind the wonderful Oak Creations patterns, and she's the one that was so generous to give us all that discount code towards buying the pattern. So thank you so much, Tara, and I'm just so pleased that you can join us today. And I will send you an invite every week, and if you can come, you're more than welcome to join us. We'd love to have you. Okay, let's see. I gotta make sure I have everybody. It's 4 o'clock now. We'll just give everybody a couple more minutes. Dawn says, welcome new members. You will have so much fun, and thank you, Tara. We appreciate you. Hello, Michelle. How are you? Michelle, are you making your bag in all vinyls, all cottons, or a mixture of the two? Okay, Amy, you're doing the, right. You're doing your whole bag in cotton, correct? You're not alone. There's a couple of you that I will have to explain how to do the cotton overlays for. Tara says, I'm so happy to join for a bit, but next week I'll actually be on stage at the Quilt Canada, so I won't be able to come. Ooh, that sounds exciting still. I wish I could go. Okay, Michelle, for your mixture for your overlays, are you doing vinyl overlays? Okay, Amy, you're doing the whole thing. Perfect. So there's 3 of you. I will be explaining how to do the fraying edge overlays so they won't fray. So this is good. Okay, let's make sure I have everybody here. Okay, perfect. So you've got the vinyl overlay. Awesome. Did you decide, Michelle, were you going with the dark or the light vinyl? Hey, talking about blades on the chat there, I remembered to change mine today. I actually just cut a leather high wraith bag out of it though, so we'll see how sharp it still is. Hi, Lisa. Lisa, are you making your bag in all vinyl, all cotton, or a mixture of the two? Michelle, you think you're going with the black? I thought the black would look good, but I saw a lot of people were saying to go with the lighter. Okay, we'll just give it till 5 after for last minute people poking in. So I can ask the beginning of the class questions, just so I have my list here. All vinyl? Okay, and Lisa, you have an industrial machine? Hey Jade, welcome. It's funny, you must be logged in with a different account, Jade, because it doesn't have the membership sign beside your name, but I know that you have a membership. And Jade, are you going all vinyl, all cotton, or a mixture of the two for this bag? Oh, that's right. You have a jack. Been there, talked about it. See, I can't keep anything straight. So you're good doing all vinyl. No problem. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome. Cheryl, are you doing all vinyl, all cotton, or a mixture of the two? Mixture. Okay. Cool. So we've got a lot of everything. This is great. Oh, very weird, Jade, but that's okay. You belong. It's all good. Okay, I'm going to say who I have here. Please let me know if I'm forgetting everybody. Tara says, I appreciate you checking to ensure that the machine can handle the materials. That's generally the challenge. Exactly. And Tara, I always try to explain that most patterns are domestic machine friendly. It's all based on what materials you are choosing and what your machine can handle. So, I mean, if you're on a domestic that can't handle the vinyls, it's going to handle it in the cottons. So really no pattern is off limits. It just is based on you knowing your machine and knowing what you can choose. Oh, Jade, that's your your sewing room's an ice box. I am hot flashing and I could use a little bit of cold air. It would be nice. Anna says she has a jack as well, Lisa. Okay, so who do I have in here? I have, please let me know if I've forgotten anybody. I have Dawn, Annie, Lauren, Nicole, Lenore, Rhonda, Wanda, Anna, Becky, Karen, Michelle, Amy, Lisa, Jade, Cheryl, special guest Tara. Is there anybody that I have forgotten that is here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have exactly half of the people in that signed up for the class. So yes, I must say that all of Tara's patterns are domestic machine friendly, and I believe she designs them on a domestic machine. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, Annie changed her mind, but cotton on the pocket. Okay. Okay, yes, so Tara does design all of her patterns on a domestic machine. So, but as I said, every pattern can be done on a domestic machine. It's all based on what you can choose. And Tara is now the Bernina Canada Ambassador, working on a Bernina 570 QE. So congratulations on that, Tara. For those of you just joining us, Tara Sinclair is in here. I have sent her an invite. She is the owner and designer for Uh-Oh Creations. She's the one that graciously gave us the discount code for our George patterns. And I just love that she was able to join us. Becky, Brandy, I have a question. My vinyl that I'm going to use on the exterior for the main parts is very flexible and kind of thin. Should I plan on stabilizing that with some Decavol light? Well, we're going to be using foam stabilizer. Is it stretchy, Becky? If it's stretchy, you might want to consider using a little bit of SF101 or EB Fuse light on it just to take away some of that stretch. But Decavol light, it's going to make it really hard to turn with the Decavol light and the foam, unless you're planning on using Decavol light instead of foam, which you can do too. It just makes it not so lofty. That would be my recommendation. I hope that's helpful. Okay. I am going to try to get myself organized here. Not stretching. Okay, thanks. Yeah. If it's not stretching, I wouldn't worry about interfacing it because you are going to be sewing foam into it unless you're using Decavol light instead, but I'll be using foam. But as long as it's not stretchy, I wouldn't worry about it. You're going to have the foam that's going to give it that stand-up ability. There's that language that I use that just makes absolutely no sense. Lisa, I need to know what size for overlay for zipper to buy. Overlay for zipper? Or to make for the inside? Or you shouldn't have to buy an overlay if you're doing the zipper overlays like I'm doing. I used some from past patterns, and I had shared a link before for some overlays that were free from Trix's Designs has a bunch for free. But I'm going to be using a smaller overlay, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to make it a bigger overlay. So I will show that in here as we go along. So, all right, are we ready to get started? Yes, for inside. Lisa, don't worry, but do you have a template for an overlay already, even though it's a smaller one? Because I can show you how you're going to make it bigger. You can just use the same one. I will show you how to do that in in this class today. So, oh, Amy, okay. Well, Marcianne can join us next time and she can catch the replay. I will shoot her a message, let her know if she has any questions she can get me in chat or whatever. Okay, so everybody has their cut lists and their erasable pens, which we will cross things off as we go. I'm going to put my camera down to my well-used table and we will get started. Is everybody ready and excited? Yay. I feel like I just made it because I did. Okay, so I'm going to put you down so you can see my desk. Here we go. First class one in my new space. Okay, so I'm going to be using remnants of some of this. I'm going to say right now, first thing you want to cut is your crossbody strap if you are doing it. I already cut out my crossbody strap because I was originally going to use it with my handbag, but I decided not to do a crossbody strap with a handbag. Now I am doing a double-sided crossbody strap. So I cut 2 pieces in opposite colors, 2 inches by 54 inches. If you're doing them all in one color, do them in 4 by 54 inches. If you're using 1-inch hardware, if you're using 1.5-inch hardware, you will cut your pieces to 6 inches. So how many people are using 1-inch hardware for the crossbody straps and how many are using 1.5-inch hardware? So if you're using 1.5-inch hardware, you're going to follow the pattern to cut your straps 6 inches by 58 inches. If you're doing it like me with 1 inch, you'll cut it 4 inches. It says 58 inches here, but I usually just do it to the length of the vinyl roll at 54 inches. It's perfectly adequate. Okay, a lot of people are just going 1 inch. Okay, is anybody doing dual colored straps like me or just doing a single colored strap? Okay, so Amy, you will cut your piece 6 inches to the width of the vinyl, so 54 to 58 inches. Okay, perfect. Okay, Dawn's gonna do dual like me. I'll explain how I do it a little bit, but I will also leave a link to the class to how to do dual, because normally we do our straps as homework, but I will show you how to do it with one strap before we go. Becky's doing both colors. Okay, so I've already cut this out. So on the back of your vinyl, draw out what you will be using. So if it's single color, it'll be 6 inches by 54 inches. If you're doing 1.5 inch. Oh, Tara has to take off, but this will be a blast. I can't wait to see the bags. Thank you so much, Tara, for stopping in, and thank you for answering my question. You popped in at the exact right time. Have a great night. Hi, Kim, don't worry about it. Oh, you actually got home from work, so that's good. Kim, are you doing your bag in all vinyl, all cotton, or a mixture of the two? Oh, I definitely will message you, Tara, if I have any questions. Okay. Okay, so for everybody that is new to the class, I like to draw out, well, if you're using vinyl, I always draw out on the back of my vinyl before I cut my pieces. But you can go ahead and, if you're using all cotton, cut the way you usually would. As I said, we've already drawn out and cut our crossbody straps. Is there any questions about the crossbody straps before we go on as to what you are cutting? And when I'm talking about dual strap colors, this is what I'm talking about. I did my straps. One side is pink and one side is green. What's the cut for the dual color? Cheryl, and you're doing 1 inch, Cheryl? I think you said 1 inch. You will cut, okay, yes, for 1 inch, you're gonna cut them 2 inches by 54 to 58 inches, depending how long you want it. I always just go to the 54 because that's how long a roll is. So you'll do both colors in 2 inches by 54 inches for a dual colored strap. So 2 by 54. And I'm thinking we actually won't give straps for homework because I will show you how to do the dual colored straps next week, I think. Okay. And then again, if you're doing one color, you would do 4 by 4 inches by 54 inches. If you're using 1 inch hardware, or 6 if you're using 6 inches by 54 if you are using 1.5 inch hardware. Oh, darn, Dawn. Yeah, you bet. I guess you'll be doing single color straps. That's too bad. Okay. So while we are talking about straps, we've cut that one. Let's go ahead and draw out our handbag straps next. Now, again, I'm doing mine double-sided. We are going to cut them. If you're doing them just one color, you will cut them 4 by 22 inches. Because I'm doing 2 colors, I'm going to cut them 2 by 22 inches. So I'm just going to draw this out first. And then I always go ahead and I draw my center line just to save time later on. So this is for my pink one. And then I'll have to remember when I pull out my other fabric that I am going to be, actually maybe I'll do that right now. So, and then I write on the back strap. And strap. And then I'm going to pull out my green. And I'm going to draw, see, these are just leftovers from what I made earlier from my other bag there. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the other sides for my straps here. Oh, it's not quite long enough there. I have to go on this other side. Try to make it so you can see everything here. I really can't wait till I get my new camera set up in here. It will be so amazing. Okay. Okay, so those are my 4 pieces for my double-sided straps. No problem, Kim. Okay, so again, I've only cut 4 pieces because I'm doing the dual colored straps. If you are just doing single colored straps, you'll be cutting them at 4 inches and you'll only have 2 pieces rather than the 4 that I will have. So then I'm going to go down my cutting list here. And I am going to cut, or say I've already cut my strap. Now, for those doing all cotton, you're doing your straps in cotton too, I assume. So they will be cut the same way. You'll just be lucky that you'll be able to use an iron, which is awesome, to put them in place. Okay. So I say we're going to work our way up from the bottom. And the reason I draw everything on the back of my vinyl is so I know that I have enough vinyl. And if I have to redraw things and resituate them to make my vinyl go further, I will definitely do that. And if you're doing your cotton pieces, it's kind of the same thing, but you're not drawing on the back. Hi, Marcianne. Oh, we will miss you, everybody. Welcome, Marcianne. She is one of our new members as well. You can definitely catch me on social media or shoot me an email if you have any questions about the class at all when you watch the replay. Have a great night of work. Okay, so I'm kind of working up from the bottom of the cut list here. So we've done the straps, we've done the handles. Oops. Oopsies, one sec. My computer's being weird. Now I'm going to do the strap anchors. So what the strap anchors are what are right here. So it's separate from what this piece is. It is, you'll see when we get there. So we need to draw out those or cut those out. And I gotta remember what color I am doing those. I am doing those pink. So I'm doing it opposite from my other bag. So you are going to need 6 strap anchors. And they are 2 by 3 inches each. And I'm doing mine pink. So I am actually going to do 2 by 12. And you can cut them, draw them or cut them however you want, as long as you get 4 or 6 pieces that are 2 by 3 inches. So I'm going to draw those on right now. There's one. Again, and anybody that's new, stop me if you have any questions. The cutting class is always a little bit different for everybody because we all cut different. It's just making sure that we all get the same pieces. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I need 2 more. It's not going to fit in there. Okay. 2 by 3. Rhonda, yeah, that should be fine. It'll just be a little bit shorter of a crossbody strap, but you should be fine. Five. Can I get another one in here? I think I can. Oh, it's close. Okay, and 6. Okay, so that is 6 strap anchors. That's correct, Dawn. 6 by 2 by 3 anchors. That's if you are doing a crossbody strap. If you're leaving off the crossbody strap, you will only need 4. I gotta find my pattern pieces. Okay. So I'll let everybody get caught up there, and then we are going to talk about the handle anchors. I'm going to talk about the people doing them in cotton before we move forward. So everybody let me know when you are all caught up there, and then I want to discuss the handle anchors. When I'm waiting, I'm just going to cut these pieces because I can. Becky's ready. My 6 connectors or handle anchors. I'll put them aside. Oh, yay, Lisa, you finished your net bag. I haven't done the video yet. If you want to send me the picture, if you have it on Facebook, put it in the Annette group. And I will get it into the little movie tomorrow. Okay, so for the couple of people that are doing it in cotton, are you ready for me to explain these strap anchors? If so, just let me know in the chat there. Yes, Lisa, I'm going to do that video tomorrow, so that is perfect timing. I'm just waiting on one more person to send me pictures in. Okay, Lenore, you're ready? Okay, I'm gonna put my straps away. Annie's ready. Okay. So, while everybody else is working on that, I'm going to go ahead and explain how these handle connectors are going to work. So, I've already cut around them, but if you look at your handle anchor piece, you will see, and I'm showing you the overlay piece where there is this dotted line. If you are doing a vinyl overlay and vinyl anchors, you will cut that 1/4 inch away and you'll cut your pattern piece on that dotted line. That's what I've already done with this one because I used it for the other bag. Now, if you're doing cotton, you want to cut the pieces to the size. So don't cut away that dotted line. So that dotted line you are only going to be cutting away if you are doing vinyl raw edge overlays. Okay? So part of the homework today is going to be to cut out your interfacing. So, uh-oh, Cheryl's frozen. Hopefully, is anybody else frozen or can you see me? Hopefully it catches up. It's looking okay on my screen here when I look down at my computer. So when you go, it's all good? Perfect. Okay. So homework tonight is going to be to interface all of your cotton pieces. When it comes to these two pieces, for those that are doing the cotton overlays, you're not going to fuse your interfacing onto this, okay? I will explain what you're going to end up doing. You're actually going to be sewing your pieces wrong. So I'm actually going to end up cutting out some fabric pieces to show how to do these next week because I'm not too sure how to explain it. So when you cut your pieces, if you're using cotton for these overlays, cut your full part and cut your woven interfacing as well, but do not fuse them together. And next class, I will go ahead and I am going to show you, I will cut some fabric and some interfacing and show you how you are going to do these overlays so they will not fray if you're doing cotton fabric. So as you're cutting right now, cut your pieces, don't cut away like I have here. I cut away all my dotted line, and that's only because I am doing vinyl. But if you're doing cotton, cut the full pieces, cut your woven interfacing, and then you can, oops, I just saw Kathy's message here. Yes, Kathy, I will message you after. And then you will, we will do the rest next class. So don't fuse your interfacing to these pieces if you're doing cotton. Now, for those of you doing vinyl like me, you can go ahead and cut your pattern pieces on those dotted lines and then use that new template size to draw out your overlay and your handle anchor pieces. Does that make sense to everybody, or did I make it super confusing? That's okay. Yes, Cheryl. It's only these pieces that are raw, so your pocket will be perfectly fine. Makes total sense? Okay. So we will do like a sidebar thing next week for those that are doing cotton, and I'm going to show you how to create these pieces. So we'll get the others working and then we'll go and we'll do these ones, okay? All right. So now let's get to cutting these. So I'm doing mine in pink. So go ahead and cut your 4 handle anchor pieces. So I'm just going to draw mine out. Again, my vinyl looks all weird because I am trying to use as much vinyl here as I can because I don't know if I have enough. So you're good with it, Lenore? Okay. Yes, Jade, cut off the extra if you're doing that vinyl. And we will go from there. So I'm going to draw my anchor pieces first because we'll be doing our overlays a little bit different. So there's one. There's 2. There's my 3. And then this is me making use of the vinyl I have because I'm hoping I can make it spread out, which is one of the reasons I'm doing my vinyls opposite from my other bag, because I'm hoping I'll have enough. Otherwise I have to wait for my Galaxy order to get here, which should be here on Monday. Okay, so you can go ahead and you can cut out those 4 overlay pieces or handle anchor pieces. It's 2. And for those of you doing these in vinyl raw edge, homework will be to edge coat these. If you are edge coating them, you don't have to edge coat them. But if you are, you'll want to have that done for next class. I'll show you why on my other bag. I use a glitter edge coat, so you'll really be able to see it, but you can see how on my anchors, see how that edge coat just gives it a nice finish. Mine's glittery, but it's completely optional if you want to do the edge coat. So your homework will be to do edge coat on these anchors as well as on just these 3 sides of your overlay. So your overlay pieces, you will be edge coating along here to here. You don't have to worry about this side because that'll be sewn into the seam. Okay, so I got my 4 anchors. Okay, I'm trying to make sure I keep my colors going the way they're supposed to be going. Okay, so my overlay pieces are going to be pink as well. Okay, so when it comes to cutting your overlay pieces, you want to cut 2 sets mirrored to one another. I have to cut off, I don't believe I'm going to use this. I have to cut off along my dotted line because I'm doing a vinyl overlay. Again, if you're doing cotton, don't cut off this extra here. There we go. Oh, yes, Wada. Yes, that's why sometimes you draw out all of your pieces to make sure they fit, because you can kind of, you can manipulate it in a way so you could get the most of your vinyl. Okay, so for our overlay pieces, we're going to draw, like I have the back of my vinyl here, so I'm going to draw 2 with my pattern pieces right side up and 2 with my pattern pieces right sides down. So I'll do the right side up one first, and it's very important that they are mirrored to one another. So this is just how I always remember to do it, is 2 with the pattern piece right side up and 2 with the pattern piece right side down. Now, if you're doing this with cotton, you can always fold your cotton in half, like right sides together, and cut 2 at the same time, and that will make them mirrored to one another as well. It's a little harder to do that with vinyl, so I just draw them out separate. So that's 1 with one right side up, and I am going to try to get as much use out of my vinyl as no, it's not going to work. Oh, wait. No, it's not going to work. Okay. So 2 right side up. Okay, now that I have those ones, now I'm going to flip my pattern piece so it's upside down, and I'm going to draw my other 2 with it upside down. Again, trying to position this in a way that I get the most out of my fabric. I think it's going to have to be this way. Does that make sense to everybody? Doing 2 sets mirrored to one another? That's one. I think I could fit another one right here. I am using my scrap vinyl to the most that I can. Just like so. And I think I've used this piece of vinyl to the most I can, so I'm going to go ahead and cut those out. So for those of you doing cotton with these, you will want to do your interfacing pieces mirrored to one another as well. It's a nice sharp blade. I love it. So there's one. And you guys are going to be so shocked with how fast this bag comes together. It is such a great pattern. Did everybody see that we are going to be doing this as a binding finish? We are modifying the pattern slightly. Binding finish is actually much easier than how the pattern is written with how it's turned. At least I found I was not that successful with it as written. But as a binding finish, it came together really, really good. So, okay, so we got those two that look exactly the same. So if you're doing the handbag size and you are doing bias tape binding, you will need one full package of the extra wide bias tape. And if you're doing the commuter size like me, you will need 2 packages. I know each of those packages are 3 yards each. So if you are doing waterproof canvas as your binding, which is a different way of doing binding, I'm not very good at it, but I know that's a preference for some people. You probably need about the same amount, I would think. Hey, Cynthia, I didn't see you pop in there. Okay, so if you've cut those, as you can see, Amy, I'm not sure. I know for my small one, I had about this much, about 10 inches left over. But I am not sure how much it's going to take on the other one because I haven't done it yet. I am guesstimating 2. Guesstimating, might be a little less. Oh, Karen, you did it with waterproof canvas binding and loved it? Perfect. No problem, Frankie. You can catch up and you know you can always do it. Lauren, how wide for the waterproof canvas? Is it about 1 inch? For those, okay, so we're going to be doing a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. For those that do waterproof canvas binding, because I don't know how to do waterproof canvas binding per se, how wide do you guys usually cut it? What is your recommendation? 1 inch or 1.5 inches or 1 inch? Karen, you've done it before. So 3/8 of an inch. It's going to be a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. 1 inch. Okay, so Dawn says 1 inch for your waterproof canvas binding. And again, you'll be doing it different than how I do it in class. Michelle's done hers at 1.25 inches, so it doesn't need to be exactly on the 1/2 inch. So 1 inch to 1.25 inch. Everybody is saying. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna put you back down. Okay, so you should have these pieces, 2 sets mirrored to one another. And then homework again on the vinyl pieces is not this curvy side, but all along this side here. So these parts here, you will want to edge coat if you're going to edge coat. And you can see mine on this bag, that's where these are showing. You don't have to do the other side because it gets sewn into the seam. So you can see my glittery edge coat. Okay, so that'll be homework for tonight as well. Karen says, feel free to do 1 1/4 inches of waterproof canvas binding to cover thick seams. So I would almost say 1 1/4 inch if you're new to it, just to be on the safe side. Okay, so that's cut and that's cut. Putting it in the bucket, and this is all extras. So we have done our handle anchors. Exterior pockets and main. Okay, so I know I usually show how to do the slip pocket with we do the binding overlay. I did it in this bag and that made that seam super, super thick. So I'm gonna show in the class how to do it as per the pattern. So we will not be doing the decorative vinyl overlay on that slip pocket piece. If you want to, you can definitely go ahead. You have seen how we have done it in the past classes, and I do have a class on it down below, but it's not how it's written in the pattern. And when I did it in this bag, I just found that it made those seams really, really thick, which may be too thick for some. I mean, it was almost, I had to cut so much away to even get the binding around it. It just was too many layers of vinyl for me. So I'm going to do the slip pocket in this as per the pattern. So I'm not going to cut that piece that I usually cut. And yeah, what else do we need to cut? Maybe I can get some more out of this. No, this one is done. Okay, what else do I need to cut in the green? Okay, how's everybody making out? Everybody good so far? You love the glitter, Karen? Yeah, I did the Giardini base coat. I did 3 layers of that. And then I did the Giardini paint in white. And then I used the Glitter Lights top coat from Tandy Leather, and it gives it this really nice glittery thing. So yeah, Karen, oh gosh, thank you for saying that. I wouldn't have thought about that until the binding and been pulling my hair out. Yeah. Uh-oh, Cynthia, you need to recut your handle anchors. Okay, that's a fast thing. You should be good to do that. What else do we need to do here? Okay, handle anchors. All right, do you know what? I might actually have pretty close to enough for this bag, which is good. Okay, so green. I'm looking at my bag because I'm trying to decide what I am cutting next as per color. So green. No, okay, this roll will be going to the side. Fingers crossed I have enough. Okay, so next we're going to cut our main panels, starting a fresh roll for me. I'll put you guys down. Okay, and again, I am drawing it on the back of my vinyl. If you're doing this cotton, you would be cutting it on the fold. Is it going to fit this way? Ooh. Oh, it might. I don't know. I think Benny took a nap in one of my baskets, so this is all whatever. So we got to cut 2 of these main panels. So I'm going to draw these on the back of my vinyl. Is there enough room? I guess I'll find out. I might be redrawing this. This is much bigger than the handbag version. Holy moly. So this is the second bag I've cut out today. Please fit, please fit, please fit. Oh, it doesn't fit. Okay, I gotta cut it this way. It wasn't quite wide enough. Okay, redo, start over. Okay. there's one side. I'm going to put my pattern piece over like I'm doing it on the fold and draw the other side. Holy, Coco is being so quiet today. This is so unlike her. Okay, so that's one main done. And I always write what my pattern pieces are on the back. You guys see what I'm doing here? So the main panels aren't your contrasting pocket. This is the main part of your bag. So what I have for my main color of the bag is this, the two main pieces, and the two zipper panel pieces. And then I do the base and my pockets in my overlay. So just keep in mind your color combinations and how you're envisioning your bag for what you're cutting out with the pieces. So what these are that I'm doing in the green were the pink parts of this bag. So I'm also going to go ahead and do these zipper, the zipper panels in the green as well. So there's the two main panels. I'm going to cross that off here. And then the zipper gussets I'm going to do on this other side with my ruler. These are measured out dimensions. So if you are doing, oh dear. Okay, so I am not going to be able to cut my gusset pieces because I don't have enough vinyl until my stuff gets here. So I'm just going to talk you guys through it. So your gusset pieces, your zip gusset pieces. Oh wait, maybe I have enough. Zip gusset. One sec, let me check. Hold on, I might be wrong. So I'm usually a lot more prepared. You know what? I was wrong. I do have enough. Okay, so for our zipper gusset pieces, we are going to look at our chart here. For the main panels that we just drew out, we just drew out this part here. That's what this pattern piece is where my pink background is. The zipper gussets is this part right here that goes down and around the side. Okay, I do have enough. I was reading the wrong thing for measurements. So for our zipper gussets, we're going to cut 2. If you're doing the large size like me, you're going to follow the pattern and cut 3 3/4 inches by 24 inches. And if you're doing the handbag side, you're going to do the 2 3/8 inches by 20.5 inches. So those are both marked in the pattern if you need to see those sizes again, and you are going to cut 2 of your exteriors. So again, we are cutting these right here. So I'll put you down while I cut those. I do have enough. I don't know why I was thinking I didn't. I was having a brain fart. So when I find my pen again, where you go? How did I lose my pen? I just had it. There it is. Okay. So for the large one, zipper gusset 3 3/4 inches by 24 inches. So my ruler is 24 inches. I love this ruler. So I can just put it at 3 3/4 inches and draw for the length of the ruler for that first one. what's inside. So this is a zip gusset. Oh, Jade, for doing the curvy things, the turning cutting board would have been good. And then go ahead and do your second zipper gusset piece for the exterior. All right. Everybody okay with that? For the zipper gusset is 3 3/4 of an inch by 24 inches, Amy. Or if you're doing the handbag, it's 2 3/8 of an inch by 20.5 inches. And it's right in the pattern, if you can see those. Okay, so I can mark off, we've done the zipper gusset. That's good. Okay, and then next I'm going to just go grab my overlay stencil. 1 second. And it looks like our zipper pocket is going to be 14 inches wide. Yep, that's about right. Now I am only doing 1 zipper pocket in my lining. The pattern has 2. You can decide whatever you want to do. You can make 2 zipper pockets and 2 slip pockets. You can make 1 and 1. That is what I'm doing. I'm doing a zipper pocket on one side and a slip pocket on the other. So I am going to show you how I draw out using a smaller thing to make a larger overlay piece. So this could be a paper overlay stencil as well. I'm just going to use my one from Sew Yours because I love this one. Okay, so we want to make it so this opening is 10 inches. Okay, because it's calling for an 11-inch zipper pocket. So I am going to make this inside 11 inches. This one currently is 7 inches. So we need to extend it by 4 inches. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. Okay, push you back down here. Okay, so I am choosing right here to draw this. So I am going to start tracing this out, but I'm not going to do the rest of the shape. I'm just doing the straight side. Like so. But I am going to put a little mark right here so I know where that's ending right there. And this one you can put a thick mark. Like so. But we're going to extend it further. I just want to know how much further I am going. So mine has a ruler here. But if you didn't have that, we want to go 4 inches further. So from that little mark, I am going to make another little mark there. And that's where we are going to extend this to. So I'm going to line up my lines and line that up like that. So we're going further. Draw your lines and then continue drawing the rest of your overlay. Like so. And then I have drawn a really super big overlay. Does that make sense how I did that? Did everybody see how I kept my overlay shape but just kind of extended it? And I'm going to make sure I didn't draw it too big. So this is now 13 inches, which will fit perfectly in there. Ah, yes. So Lisa, did you see how I was able to take this 7-inch stencil and turn it into a 11-inch opening? And you can do this with a paper stencil as well. If you have a short paper stencil, you would do the exact same process to make it a longer one, to trace it out. So you don't necessarily have to go and buy larger sizes. You can use your current sizes and just extend them like that. You're just extending whatever it is on the straight edges to what you need to go. It's a really cool little hack that will save you money. So, okay. So this is not part of the pattern. This is just a way that I like to finish my zipper pockets. It's completely optional. So if you decided that you want to do this, definitely you can follow along and do it with us, or you can follow the pattern and do it as per the pattern, but I'll be showing it this way. Oh, good, Cynthia. I'm glad that that helped. So with this method, we will not need the zipper facing, but if you aren't doing this method, you will need the zipper facing. So I've got my gusset, and I believe that's all I need of this color. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these out. Lisa, you don't have an overlay? I will message me on Facebook or shoot me an email, and I will send you a link to where there's some free ones you can get. I have to look them up. I believe Trixis Designs has some free ones. Or Lisa, do you happen to have any of the lavender and twine or the Sew Yours patterns? Because they have them. Or are you wanting to buy one like this? I bought this from, actually I didn't buy this. Melissa at Sew Yours gave me this one, but she sells them on her website. I also know that Lauren Mormino sells them as well on her website. So if you're in the States, I would recommend going through them. I don't believe we have anybody in Canada that sells these templates just yet. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut out these pieces. But yes, you don't have to buy a super big one. You could buy just the standard one like I have here with the 7-inch opening, and you can make it as long or as short as you want using that template. Or if you have a 3D printer, you could always 3D print one if you can figure it out. I don't know how to use a 3D printer, but... Okay, so there's my gussets. My zip gussets. Yes, the zipper opening is 11 inches if you're doing the big one, Dawn. And for the handbag, I did just the standard 8-inch. I would just do the regular size one, like a little 8-inch one. That's what I did in my handbag, and I think it was a pretty good size. I'll show you. So I just did the standard size, and I think it looks, oops, I think it looks perfect in there. Perfect size. I'm going to show you guys this really cool tool here that I got from So Clever. Once I get this all cut out. It's like my new favorite thing. For when it comes to cutting the center opening, it's amazing. So I cut out all of this outside part first. Okay. And where is it? Watch this. So this is a template from So Clever that she sent me. And you know when you're going to cut these out in templates, it doesn't go right to the edges if you use a template. This gives you a nice straight line. Again, it's not going to go all the way to the edge. So I'm lining this up, and you can see how these go a little extra. Dumb question, is there only one size of handle anchors? Yes, Kim, they're all the same size for the handle anchors. So what's really cool is they have these extra slots. I take my 45mm rotary cutter and I cut across that way. And then I stick it in this other slot here. And I'm not going to go all the way. because I have to extend the size of this. And then I'm going to move this over, matched up with this line here, to continue my cutting. I've just started using this and I'm loving it so much. Otherwise, you just cut it with a regular rotary cutter. But I just want to show how cool this is, because it has these little notches. And if I've done it right, it will cut these out perfectly. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Look how perfect to cut it out. I didn't have to go back in with scissors or anything. So homework for the vinyl overlays. If you want to use your edge coat, you'll edge coat the outside of this and the inside of it as well for class. Okay. So that's cut out, and I can cut out the rest of this. And yes, there is no dumb questions, Kim, but no, that is only one size. Oh, look it, I didn't finish drawing my bottom part here. Oh, Brandy. So let's go back in. Like so. Okay. I don't believe how big this commuter tote is going to be. Holy moly. How are we doing for time? We have 1 more hour to get the other pieces cut and our lining. Any questions so far? Is everybody good? You want one of those, Cynthia? Again, they're from soclever.ca. It's amazing. Said I've never really been an acrylic template girl before, but I really love that zipper tool. It's my favorite. Okay, that's one cutout. Holy, want to see the difference in size? So this is the commuter, and that's the handbag. Look how much bigger it is. So much bigger. You're gonna get one of those, Cynthia? You won't regret it. I think she has a 10% sale on right now too. So it's a good time to do it. Shipping is quite expensive, just pre-warning. Lisa wants one too. They're just so handy, and it's just a little thing that saves a little bit of time, but it just makes that square opening so perfect. And I'm so happy to say that my carpal tunnel is not bothering me right now. Maybe it's finally fixed. I rested it and iced it enough. Okay. So those are our 2 main pieces all cut. We're almost done with the exterior pieces. Put those aside. And I'm going to pull out my pink. Maybe I didn't need to order those other rolls that I have coming, but that's okay. I love these colors so very much. Okay. Now for all of our accent colors. So now we are going to draw our pocket pieces. Will this fit across here? It will. Okay, so I'm going to draw it this way. So we're going, okay, so depending what you're doing, if you are doing the handbag, you are going to cut 2 of these. If you are doing the carry-all, and you want to have the back slip thing that you can put over your suitcase, that is what I am going to cut here. If you don't want that, you can go ahead and put 2 pockets, but you don't want to put the pocket and the suitcase sleeve. You don't want to have both of them. It won't work. It'll just be way too much bulk there. So I'm doing this and the suitcase sleeve. So I am only going to cut 1 exterior pocket. If on my handbag I did 2, you can see I've got 1 on the back and 1 on the front. You can do that with the large size as well if you like. It's all depends what you want, but I want to make mine with, it can definitely be 2 pockets if you want, Becky. This is where you can customize it to whatever you like. So if you want it to be 2 pockets for the giant size one, cut 2 of these, exterior, and you'll also do 2 lining. If you want to have the suitcase sleeve like I am going to do, you're only going to cut 1 for the pocket. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and draw out 1 pocket. So it all depends what you want out of this bag. The handbag size, don't do a sleeve. It's not big enough for a sleeve for a suitcase. Just do 2 pockets or 1 pocket, whichever you decide. It's 1. Flip it over and draw the other side. You can do whatever you like, Amy. If you only want the 1 pocket on the front, just do 1 pocket on the front and leave it off the back. You can do 2 pockets if you like. You can do a pocket and a sleeve. You could even make this bag without any pockets if you wanted to. Whoopsies, I'm way off kilter here. That's what I love about being able to make your own bags, is you can customize it to whatever you want it to be. Okay, so that's 1 pocket. And then I'm just going to look up the measurements. She's actually really good in here because she actually has it written here. Options for your George carryall have been identified in the colors to assist you in making your very own customized bag. So on the carryall, replace one of the exterior pockets with a luggage sleeve, which is what I am going to do. Do not add the luggage sleeve to the exterior pocket with the magnetic snap, as the magnetic snap will not hold the pocket closed. So you will only need 1 magnetic snap if you're doing it like this. The luggage sleeve is designed to slip easily over the top of a suitcase handle to hold your carryall comfortably on top of your suitcase during travel. So preparation for this, only cut 1 exterior pocket and 1 lining pocket. So our exterior luggage sleeve, we are going to cut 16 3/4 of an inch by 8.5 inches. She actually has the measurements there to be able to do one on the smaller bag if you wanted to as well, but I think it would look funny. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the exterior of my luggage sleeve here. So 16 3/4 of an inch. 16 3/4 of an inch. And I'm just going to make little marks here because my ruler is only 6 inches. So I want to add on 2.5 more inches. So right where I've done those little marks, right here and here, I'm going to do 2.5 inches more at those marks to make 8.5 inches. So that'll make us 18 3/4 of an inch by 8.5 inches right there for our luggage sleeve. So that is done. And then I think, let me go through my list here. So we have the luggage sleeve. I've done that. And we've got our pockets. So now all that's left to do is our base, which for the carryall, you're going to cut at 7 inches by 33 inches, or for the handbag at 4.5 inches by 24 inches. Okay, so I get to get creative here. Amy wants to know, Anna, will you be getting any more lagoon teal in soon? I have some, Amy. If you live close, you could come steal it from me. Okay, so my base, I'm going to start with my 24-inch ruler here, and it needs to be 7 inches. So of course, mine only goes to 6. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that 1 inch line at the 6 and then move this up. And then I know that now I'm 7 inches tall. And then my little line right here, because I need this to be 33. So 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. I'm really bad at math. So I got to add an extra 9 inches on. So at those marks, I'm going to go ahead and line up my 9 inches. I'm going to count again. So this was 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33 at the 9 inches. And then I can draw my line there and move up. And that will make sure I have 7 inches by 33 inches all measured out. How are you doing there, Frankie? So that'll be our base, and that'll be it for all of our vinyl pieces we need to cut. So you can go ahead and cut those out, and then we will quickly cut out our lining pieces. And I had enough vinyl to make the 2 bags. That's amazing. Yay. I mean, I had to improvise a little, but it still worked. And now I have more coming. I'll make something with them. Anna says, Amy, I will be ordering it in about 2 weeks. It's a tough one to keep in stock. Amy, are you desperate for it? Because if you wanted to pay the shipping, and you could probably buy mine off of me. If you're desperate for it, I do have some. How many rolls of vinyl did I use? What I had was 2 rolls of the pink and 2 rolls of the green. So 2 yards worth of vinyl. And the pattern called for more than that, I think. So I was really worried I was not going to have enough. But I did. So I'm happy. I was all panicking for nothing. But I also want to make matching passport wallet and everything for this set as well, and a regular wallet. So I can definitely use it. And I just love these colors so much. So yay. Kim says, Anna, this is all your fault. I can't decide what to use because I like them all. Kim, are you making the handbag size or the travel size? Because if you are doing the travel size, you need it to be 18-inch rolls. Or it won't fit. And the pearls come in 12-inch rolls. Unless Anna would cut them to 18 inches for you if you're doing the large one. But it'll work fine for the small, the handbag size. You wanted to make both? So yeah, you'll have to sweet talk Anna to see if she would cut 18-inch rolls for you for the big one. Lisa says, Anna, I love my vinyl. I am scared to use it. Lisa, use it. It is the best vinyl in the whole world. For those of you who are new to the group, Anna is the owner of Galaxy Customs. She is where we seem to get all of our vinyl from. This vinyl is all from Galaxy Customs. It's my favorite. You can't use a rotary cutter like I am, Frankie? It's a talent I have, I guess. All right, so I am just going to double check. I actually should be using a glove because I have cut that tip of that finger off before, but I just don't learn. Okay, so we got our base. I'm making sure we're not forgetting anything for we got our pockets. We are good for the vinyl. Anna says, oh, thank you, Lisa. Don't be scared. That is why I sell high quality vinyl. It is easy to work with. And I agree. It is super easy to work with. And Anna, sorry, I stole your pink lemonade stash because it turns out I really didn't need it. But I'm happy I have it coming. Oh, I know, Annie. Shipping is horrendous, I tell ya. Okay. So lining, I have to mix and match my lining as well because I did not plan. I originally was going to be doing this with waterproof canvas, but my waterproof canvas order did not come in time. So I use fabrics I had here, but of course I only buy my fabrics in 1 yard rolls or lengths. So I didn't quite have enough for both. So I mix and match with 2. Anna says, yes, I can do 18-inch cut. It's just such an expensive vinyl. I don't offer it on my website, but I can pretty easygoing and willing to work with customers. So yeah, you just have to keep in mind that an 18-inch roll would be more expensive. Okay, so this pink color I am just using for my gusset and all of my pocket lining pieces. So you can see how in this bag, and this was just me piecing stuff to make my vinyl go the same. So you can see my gusset is pink, but the rest is my mermaids stuff. But all of my pockets I've done in the pink, and all of my lining pockets I've done in the pink. So I'm going to cut those first. Kim, the pearls come in 12 inches. I think everything else pretty much comes in 18s though. Okay, so I'm not going to cut the woven interfacing with you guys. So you're going to pretty much go and cut your woven interfacing the exact same way we are going to be cutting our fabric. And I'm sure most of you have done this. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my gussets first. And rather than use measuring out, I am actually going to use my cut pieces of vinyl as my templates. So I need 2 gusset pieces. This is a really, really thin cotton, I know. I'm going to fold it in half, like so. And then I'm going to find my gusset pieces. Where are you? Pocket, pocket, base. Here's my gussets. And I'm going to cut both of these at the exact same time using this as my template. And I'm just going to cut around it. And this will cut both out at the exact same time. I love using my vinyl pieces as my template when I'm cutting my cottons. Just be careful not to cut into your vinyl if you're doing it like me. Or of course you can mark it and cut with scissors as well. So then I would go ahead and I would cut my woven interfacing the exact same way. Like so. Oh, come on. I think this was broadcloth instead of quilting cotton. That's why it's so thin, but it's going to work fine once it's interfaced. So now I have my 2 exterior zip panels and my 2 lining zip panels. And then for homework, for all of our cotton pieces, you will go ahead and you will fuse them to woven interfacing, medium woven interfacing, except for, remember, for those doing all cotton accents, your anchors and your overlays, do not fuse your interfacing to those pieces because we will be doing them different next week. But all your other cotton pieces, go ahead and fuse them to your interfacing. And yeah, you can do that for homework. So we got those 2 cut. Next, I want to cut, where are you? The lining for my pockets. So I'm only doing 1 pocket, so I only have to cut 1 lining. If you are doing 2 pockets, again, fold this in half so you can cut them both at the same time. And I, once again, am using my vinyl piece as my template. I'm going to cut. Okay, so that is the pocket done. And if you're doing 2, you would do 2 like this. I'm going to go ahead and do my luggage sleeve the same way because we'll need a lining piece for that. Again, all these cotton pieces you will back with woven interfacing. I use EB Fuse Light. You can use SF101 or whatever your chosen interfacing is. So that is the pocket done. Next, I'm going to grab my sleeve. The cotton pieces go so fast. Lenore says, my preference is to block fuse my cottons. I know waste some of the cotton interfacing, but I still prefer it. And there is no wrong way of doing that. I can see how that would be really nice to do too. So yeah, do it however your preference is, Lenore. That is a great idea as well. I said, everybody, there's really no wrong way of cutting something out. We all have our different ways of doing it. I just like to show how I do it. Okay, so this is my luggage sleeve. So I'm going to use the same thing. And definitely, Lenore, your way would probably be a lot faster with the woven interfacing for sure. Okay, so there's my luggage sleeve lining. But that's a great tip, Lenore. Thank you. I don't recommend using broadcloth. It was so cheap though, but now I see why. It's so thin. Okay, so there's my luggage sleeve. Oh, Karen does the exact same thing. There you go, Lenore. She block fuses as well. I can see that actually being quite fast, especially if you have a press, because you could just press those sections. That would be pretty good. Okay, so front pocket done. Where did my list go? We have pocket lining done. Okay, so I'm doing my zip pockets in this color as well. So again, I'm only doing 2 zipper pockets, so I am going to cut 2 pieces at 14 by 8. So again, I'm just going to fold this in half. And take my, whoops, big ruler. And I'm going to do this on the fold. I'm going to do it at, we want 14 by 8. So 4, got my selvage there. So I'm putting right on the fold my 4-inch mark. And I'm going to be cutting to this 14-inch mark here. So I'm going to cut up and over, and this can be rough cut, and that's all I'm going to do. So there's my first zipper pocket, and then I'm going to use this piece as my template for cutting the next one. Yes, Karen, you definitely do skip cutting twice that way. You're right. And I know I will admit that I actually end up having to trim my interfacing away anyways after I have fused it. So smart, smart, smart. Okay, so again, if you are doing 2 zipper pockets, you will make sure you cut 4 of these. I'm only doing the 1 zipper pocket, so I'm only cutting 2. And that's what I love about this group, is how we all have different ways of doing things, and we can share our little tricks and everything, because they could really work for somebody, right? Okay, so again, these will have woven interfacing as well. So I have those. So I have my zipper pockets done. Okay, and then all that's left is my slip pocket, which I'm doing in this pink, and my slip pocket, I want to, oh, this one's a little trickier. I'm going to go grab my other ruler right here. So this is a huge piece I'm cutting here. Where's a good place to start? So we want to cut, for the carry-all, 18¼ inches by 11½ inches, and for the handbag, 14 inches by 8¾ inches for the slip pocket. So the slip pocket will be done in a tube. It's really interesting how it's done. Okay, so I'm folding this in half. And actually, how am I going to do this? I'm gonna use this one. I'm actually gonna cut mine to, just to make it easier, to 12 inches. Because I have a 6-inch ruler, it's just gonna make my life easier. So I'm gonna cut mine 18 1/4 by 12 inches. So I have my fold here in my 6-inch ruler. So I'm gonna put this right up against my fold and this side to 18 1/4 inches. So my slip pocket will be slightly bigger, but that's okay. It'll be 12 by 18 1/4 rather than 11 by 18 1/4, but it's just easier in my head for math and I don't really feel like trimming it up after. There it is. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut that. So that's my slip pocket piece done. Put that aside. And I believe I am all done with this pink. And then I can go to my main, where'd you go? My main fabric. Again, I am using scraps from the last bag because I ended up having to piece things together. So let's see. I think I measured it out so it would be the perfect amount. So this is the part for my base. So I am going to grab my base piece. Where are you? That's not it. Here's my base. And hope, oh yeah, baby. And I'm gonna use it as my guide and my template. Look at that, I'm gonna have just enough of this fabric. I'm so glad that it worked out. So you're gonna cut your base lining fabric. Again, all of these will be backed with your woven interfacing. This is good because we're gonna have just enough time for me to show you how to center on the base. We're making really good time. Woohoo! There's my base lining. We will be dealing with this again here momentarily. And let's hope whoops, not that piece. I have enough. I said I've never ever cut it this close before. This is crazy. Okay, so I have to be careful because this is directional. Which way do I want my mermaid scales going? This way. So you need 2 main panel linings. You like that fabric? It actually, the colors, look how perfectly it matches. And this was just something I had in my stash and it matched these 2 vinyls perfect. But I didn't have enough to do the full bag lining in it. That's why I have those pink ones in. But I think it still works. I'm just gonna hope, yes, I have enough. Okay, cool. And we need to cut 2 of these. So I'm just using my piece again to go, Amy, should I interface outdoor fabric? That is a good question, Amy. I don't, it's like a canvas, right? I don't think so. If it is a thicker, I don't think you need to interface it, or if it's stretchy, you might want to, but if it's not, I wouldn't worry about it. We will be having sew-in foam for the exterior, so that will be interfacing enough for that, but it all depends on your outdoor fabric, if that makes sense. It flops over, but you will have it, maybe do a test with a little bit of foam, like a little square test with the foam, and just baste it on and see if that gives it some stand-up ability. Lauren is going to interface her canvas just in case. So yeah, it's completely up to you. You could do, if it's waterproof canvas, you can't. Cynthia says you don't need to interface it. For the luggage, there is just the one piece. Jade, you want to do, well, there's 2 pieces. There's the exterior and the lining piece you want to cut for the luggage. I think, yes. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this using my exterior piece as my template. Go all the way around. Okay, Anna says that she interfaced her canvas as well. So it must just be a preference. So just use your better judgment if you think it needs it. And if so, go ahead and do it. So I don't work with canvas that much, so I'm not much help when it comes to that. I use waterproof canvas every now and again, but you don't interface that at all. Okay, so that's one. Yeah, not the waterproof canvas, just the fabric canvas, Lauren says. And yeah, waterproof, you would melt your canvas for sure. Oops, it fell on my foot. Oh my gosh, look at, this is the last of my, this is the last of my fabric, you guys. Look how close I came. It was meant to be. It was. I had enough of everything. I didn't have to order more vinyl, but I will use it. Said I want to make a whole travel set with this. It might be mine. I don't know yet. If it sells, I will definitely take the money for it. Otherwise, it'll be my new travel set. Because I love it. Are you using all vinyl for your luggage sleeve? No, Jade, I'm using vinyl and I have lining on the underside of it. So you could, if you wanted to use all vinyl, that's up to you. That just will add to the thickness in the binding seams. So that's why I'm doing the, I'm doing a lining. I'm doing that pink color for the underside. Oh, Nicole says she interfaced her waterproof canvas. She just makes sure to use a pressing cloth. So everybody's got all sorts of good tips that we could use. Okay, so we got our two main lining pieces, two exterior. Is it going to be pretty? My little one turned out pretty. This one's going to be pretty too. And usually you get to see more, but my pieces are so big that it's hard to go. Okay. So, oh, for that, let me read this here. It says to cut one exterior, one pocket. Okay, yes, that would be because she's doing that one in all cotton. I guess I'm doing it slightly different. So we'll do it my way. Otherwise, you're going to have interfacing on the opposite side. But I think it will be better with fabric. You can do it with two vinyl pieces if you want, but I'm doing it with a vinyl and a lining piece. Yes. All good? Okay. So the only thing we have left to cut today is the Peltex piece. So I'm going to go grab my Peltex. Okay, I'm going to go grab it. 1 second. So yes, this is something I want to do this class. I'll show you how I do this. So this is my, okay, cool, Jade. So this is my Peltex, and for our Peltex base stabilizer, for the handbag, you're going to cut 3.5 inches by 11 inches. For the carry-all, you're going to do 6 by 14. So again, I'm going to use my 6-inch ruler. Oops. Measure out 14. How's everybody doing so far? We good? Dawn, what did you miss? I missed something too. You can definitely use Decaville Heavy instead of Peltex. They are a good substitute for one another. I have limited quantities of Decaville Heavy, so I kind of save it because I have lots of Peltex. So, okay. You do need a base lining too. Yep. Lining pieces for all of your main pieces. See, here's my base. There's the exterior and there's my lining piece. Okay, so I want to show you guys, that's everything has been cut out. I want to show you how I center my Peltex pieces onto my base when it's this big. Does everybody need a breather? How about I let everybody catch up a bit? We're making good time here. We still have half an hour and I don't have very much left to show. So I think I've been going pretty hard. So everybody let me know when you're ready to move on to the last thing we are going to do today. Nobody's been stopping me, so I just figured we're doing a good pace. So give everybody a quick chance to catch up. Let me know when you're ready, and I'm just gonna sit back and have a drink. I didn't sew down the Peltex, Wanda. I fused it, but if you want to sew it down, you definitely can. Oh, Lauren's adding a shoulder strap pad. Excellent. Where did you get the pattern for that? Or is it something that you have made yourself, Lauren? That's a good idea, actually. Okay, Jade, what do you talk about, luggage or base? This is my base right here. My luggage has a pink lining. I have a domestic. Can I use non-fuse on base stabilizer? Can I use non-fuse on base stabilizer? What I would do, Amy, is I would put your non-fuse stabilizer on and then cut a piece of SF101 about 1/2 inch bigger on each side. And then when you go to, you put this on and then you put the SF101 on it and you fuse the SF101 and it'll hold it in place. Does that make sense? So you do an SF101 that's slightly bigger than your non-fusible Peltex. And then you would put them both on and put the SF101 over top and then fuse all the way around, and that'll hold that non-fusible stabilizer in place. Again, Wanda, you can do that just like what I said too. If it's not fusible, is you can put it on and then just cut a piece of woven interfacing bigger than it, and then put this down on your base and put your SF101 on and fuse it underneath it. Do we cut the lining same as exterior, 7x33? Yes, this lining is the exact same size as the exterior. I use my exterior piece as my template to do that. Sorry, I moved too fast. My bad. Sorry, guys. But you definitely will want a stabilizer in it, or the other option is you can make yourself a false bottom if you wanted to, but that's a whole other can of worms. Okay, so let everybody catch up. Sorry about that, guys. So when it comes to the lining, I find the lining cutting goes so fast, especially when I'm using my exterior pieces as my templates. It's super fast. Plus, I just made this bag yesterday, so it's so fresh in my head right now. And Lauren, you made that. That's amazing, the shoulder strap pad. Such a good idea. I might want to add one to mine. That would definitely be helpful. What do you use in that? Just some foam for the cushiness? I hope I haven't missed any comments. If I have, no, the stabilizer isn't the same size as the base. Your Peltex stabilizer in the pattern for the carryall is 6 by 14 inches. And for the handbag, it's 3.5 by 11 inches. We haven't gotten to the foam interfacing yet. So once everybody gets to the Peltex part, let me know. The foam interfacing, everybody is going to do for homework, and I'll explain which pieces you're going to cut. They're all cut the same as the pieces, and then you just fuse them on or sew them on depending what your preference is. But we got to do this step before we even start with the foam. So we'll give everybody about 5 minutes or so. You are welcome, Cynthia. This class has gone fast. Holy moly. It always blows my mind how fast it goes. How's everybody making out? So give it another 5 minutes or so. Yes, Wanda. She has 2 in the pattern. You can do 2 zipper pockets. That's why she has 4 zipper pocket linings. That's why I was saying if you're doing it like me with only 1, you only need 2. But if you're doing 2 zipper pockets, you'll need 4. She also has 2 slip pockets, I believe, in the pattern. I only cut 1 because I only want 1 zipper pocket on one side and 1 slip pocket on the other side. So again, it's a very customizable bag. You can add as many or take away as many options as you like, but she has it with full options in there. Okay, Cynthia's done. What I do like about this pattern is there's actually not that many pieces to cut out, which is good. Rhonda is done. Give it another couple minutes here. No problem, Wanda. That's what I'm here for. Anna's done. I'm excited, Anna. You're finally working on your George. I know you cut it out months ago. Anna and I have been talking about doing the George for a while. This was a bag that was on my bucket list forever. So I was so happy when it got voted in, because I kept procrastinating and not finding the time to do it. So this enabled me the time to do it, which is great. I'll give everybody 1 more minute. And again, when we're done the class, if you have any questions or if you're watching and then going and cutting afterwards, we do have the George subgroup on my Facebook page that you can join and ask questions in there, or you can shoot me an email, or You can catch me on social media if you like as well. I am here for you in between classes whenever you need me. Oh no, Annie, you forget which pieces are what. That's funny. Okay, so now what we're going to do, let me move all my stuff out of the way here, is we're going to take our base piece. I know it's huge, isn't it? We are going to fold it. We want to find our centers. So we're going to fold it in half lengthwise. And you can go ahead and you can draw your center if you wanted. I like to do little snips like this. Lauren says there are 2 ways: canvas fabric with foam with vinyl connector straps going across to slide the strap under to hold it in place. Oh, nice. For your strap connector or for your cushioning pad thing. Yeah. Okay. And while we're here, I'm also going to go ahead and find my centers on my short sides as well and just put little snips. Like they're little, not even 1/4 inch snips. They're just little itty bitty ones. So my centers don't wash away because we will want those for later. And this is a trick I do to make sure that I have this nice and center. So I know that my base is 6 inches wide and my other piece here is 7 inches. So for the other bag, it is an inch different as well. So what I want to do is from this center snip to this center snip, I am going to draw a line like so. I'm going to find the center of my long sides on my stabilizer as well, because it's important that this one stays outside of the seam allowances because it is super thick. And then on the non-fusible side, I draw a line, matching up those notches like so. And then on each side of this, because we know our stabilizer piece is an inch shorter than our main piece, so I'm going to draw a line a 1/2 inch right there. And same with on the other side, a 1/2 inch right there. And then you're going to take that stabilizer piece, make sure you're within those 1/2 inches, and line up that line nice and straight, like so. And then go ahead and fuse that in place and you will be perfectly center. So again, if you don't have fusible here, then just cut a piece of SF101 or whatever, slightly bigger than this, and then fuse it on and make sure you fuse it really nice around these sides, and that'll hold that stabilizer piece in place for you. Uh-oh, what does Jay says, boo, cut the luggage. Cutting again. Oh dear. Okay, so that'll be homework to get this Peltex piece on. Other homework will be taking your foam, and your foam will be the same sizes as the exterior pieces. So you want to cut foam to your bottom piece, and you want to sew it on already for class next time, your 2 exterior main panels and your 2, where are they? Zipper gusset panels. I don't know where mine went. So you're going to be doing it to, here they are. So your 2 exterior gusset panels, you'll be doing your foam on, your 2 exterior main panels, and your bottom panel after you have attached your Peltex. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces you are going to attach the foam to for homework. Now in the pattern, it attaches it to the pocket pieces, exterior pocket pieces here as well. I do not recommend doing that because when we're doing the binding, it just is making it too much bulk, and it actually works. It works fine without that extra foam. Okay, Lisa, have a great night. We'll see you next week. So I did not put foam in my front pocket exterior pieces. I only put it on all of my main panels. It is completely up to you if you want to add that foam into your pocket pieces, but I am not going to. I will be adding the foam. Let me just double check here. Yeah, I will not be adding it to the luggage sleeve either. So does that make sense for everybody to do that? So you'll put foam on your 2 main panels, your 2 zipper gusset pieces, and your bottom piece after you've attached your deckable heavy or your Peltex. So that's homework. So your foam is homework. And if you have your accent pieces, your strap anchors, and your 4 overlay pieces, if you are going to, oh, and your zipper overlay for the inside, if you are going to be edge coating those, edge coat those for homework as well. For those who are doing the cotton overlays, we will do them together. Remember, oh yes, and all of your cotton pieces, go ahead and fuse them with your SF101 or your medium woven interfacing, but not your overlay cotton pieces. If you're doing that, I'm going to show you how those are going to work next week. So does that make sense? I will put in the Facebook group, in the subgroup, what all the homework is. It should really only take about 20 minutes. It shouldn't take anybody very long. Again, I will probably do it last minute, right before class, as per usual. So yes, and we still have 10 minutes to spare. Are there any questions about what we did today? How was the pace? Was it too fast, or are we okay? All good. I've got pieces everywhere. Okay. Makes sense. Perfect. Amy says pace was good, fabric was not. I ran out. I thought I was going to run out and I didn't. And I even ordered more, but hey, that's okay. Great class tonight. You guys are like so amazing. Aw, Amy, was it the Lagoon Teal you ran out of? Zipper overlay measurement. You just want to do it to a 11-inch zipper opening in the middle. So however big yours is. Mine ended up being 14 inches, I guess, with 11 inches in the middle. So I really just eyeball it. The time did go really fast. It always does. Oh, I see, Amy. Okay. Any other questions before we call it for the day? Next week, we will be putting together the exterior. Oh, thank you, Wanda. She's giving me a thumbs up. Everybody can give a thumbs up if they want to. This is a private group, so it doesn't get out to the general public unless you have a user. I have the same ruler that you used. Awesome. So yeah, just extend that opening to 11 inches like I did. And I think I said all of the measurements as we went through, so you can always go through and rewatch this class. I will put it into the membership playlist, so you guys can go back and watch to your heart's content until you get everything done. And yeah, so we all have our homework. I have the same homework. We'll get that done. If you have done just the regular straps and you're not doing the 2 colored straps, you can go ahead and sew those if you like. I will show how to do the regular straps next week. I'll probably do 1 strap to show that with the 2 sides, and then the other straps will all be homework for next week. So yeah. And again, I'll be showing how to do the cotton overlays. So I have to teach myself how to do that first, but Tara gave me pretty good instruction on how to do it. So I will have some mock pieces to show how to do that for everybody doing their bags in cotton. All right, perfect. Everybody good? I really wish I could hear you guys. Perfect. All right. So again, you know, you can get a hold of me during the week if you need to. Remember, on the Facebook page, if you're on Facebook, we do have the subgroup there. Lisa, don't forget to send me your picture of your net, because I'm going to do that video tomorrow. And I will see everybody next week. All right. Thank you, everybody. This was a great class. Thank you, Lenore. I hope you enjoyed your first class with us. And I will see everybody later. Bye.